I'm not like my dad. I'm smarter than him. Better than him.
Effie Morales, one of the few people we don't know much about in the Power Book 2, Ghost series, or as Obi would say, Little Orphan Annie. We know that she's been dealing with Tariq for a while, and she had a bond with Brayden also. That bond was connected by the death of Lauren. But since Lauren is alive, Tariq figured out he X'd her out of the game, and as we can see in episode 8, there was a change of events. Effie has started to get closer with Kane, and now Kane and Effie, they might be on their own Bonnie and Clyde mission. The whole time Diana is locked down, so at this moment, it's everybody for themselves. Now, before we jump into this and break down Effie and everything that she has going on, if you like power content, breakdowns, theories, and predictions like this, then hit your subscribe button and turn on your notification bell so you get something every time I upload. Make sure you hit that like button and follow me on Instagram right here. Effie Morales. How she's moving in these streets, it hasn't been effective. The feds got her, attempted murder. Is she going to tell or not? Let's find out. The relationship between Effie and Kane has really begun to get stronger, and the bond is actually there. We see it take off. Once Kane comes to get some information about what's been going on the block, aka Stansfield, because Diana is locked up right now facing a RICO, he has to come and talk to Effie. Now Effie, of course, she doesn't really rock with Diana like that because Diana was involved with Tariq when the plan that Effie had brought to her basically got the door slammed in her face. We see Effie start to get closer to Kane. They push up on each other and they get it on. Now this bond, we all predicted that it was going to happen, but this right here could be the potential chance where Effie starts to make a lot of mistakes. One, dealing with Kane just because Kane is helping out and she needs that money. But two, she knows that there's going to be an issue between Tariq, Kane. Now they aren't together, but we already know how this is going to happen because we've seen Tariq's reaction once he found out that Effie was with Kane. And you can see where this leads to, mixing business with pleasure. And what I mean by that is, in the morning, Kane has to go into the bathroom because Tariq pops up. Now she's been giving Kane signs that she's interested, but she's also been, leading him on a little bit. They did get it on. But she knows that Kane is in the bathroom and he can hear all of this. So this is why it's looking a little rough for Effie, and she doesn't know who she can depend on or trust for the simple fact she just slept with Kane and now she's taking a brick. Well, she hasn't physically got it, but she'll be able to get one brick at a time from Tariq, knowing that Kane and them, she just found out that they pulled all the work off the street. There's cameras on the roof that she knows about, and now Tariq is giving her a brick, but she's messing with Kane. So right now, Effie is putting herself in a situation she doesn't need to be in, and this can harm her in the long run because you got to remember, this is the streets, and on my channel, we don't trust anybody. Everybody is a suspect, and at this moment, she's playing two guys that are working with each other, basically against each other. As far as the setup goes, for me, I'm looking at Effie's whole situation, and I personally think that she's putting herself in situations she doesn't need to be in. Remember, she was the first person to notice that there were cameras on the roof. She also had a backup plan on what she could do by working with Diana. Now, we do see her moving stuff out of the room, and she's about to go back to the warehouse and pick up some more drops so they can get this work moving for Noma. But this is where we see that the feds, the DEA, has been watching. Now, for her, it was good that she didn't know the plan, so it could go just like this and she could be helped out. Now, this whole plan was put together by Tariq. And this is one reason why I keep saying that I think Effie is going to hold it down for Tariq and probably flip on Kane, because Tariq was the one to switch all of the coke out for sugar inside of the warehouse and not let Effie know. So even though him and Effie aren't on the best terms, that one brick he promised her, he's going to make sure that she stays out of all this nonsense. And of course, we know Kane didn't have anything to do with it and he was upset, but this had to go down in order for Effie to make it out of it with her hands clean. But the issue is, Effie is still inside this whole organization and she's kind of stuck just like everybody else since Noma has everyone in a chokehold. But at least Effie is free at the moment thanks to Tariq St. Patrick. After the setup, Effie is safe and sound for the moment. She pulls up to the Tejada house and she finds out that Tariq was the one that set all of this up with the help of Monet. Of course, Kane is upset about it and he didn't want them to set up Effie because he's just been getting closer with her and they have an actual relationship that is starting to blossom. But once Effie gets here, she gets that reality check and she realizes that this is not a game. And Tariq was saying we had to do it, and it was best that we didn't inform any of y'all because you can mess it up. And the reason Tariq said that is because he doesn't know how much Effie knows about everything. Effie's been lying to Tariq about Lauren, and this could be a moment where he might not be able to trust Effie. And if you notice, when he tells Effie that they set her up so she could be free, she said if the roles were reversed, she would do the same thing. And you know that hit Tariq in the heart a little bit because he knows that she was the one that told on him before. Everyone says don't bring up the high school issue, but you have to look at it from a perspective of this was only a couple years ago. And she just told it and admitted to everyone, which I think was kind of bold and directed towards Kane. If the roles were reversed, she would tell and set up every single one of them. So that might be an indication and foreshadowing to Kane and not necessarily to Tariq, because she still has feelings for Tariq and she was willing to do business with him, even though he pushed her out of the game. With word that there's a RICO going on in the streets, Kane decides to go visit his girl Effie, aka his investment, because he is paying for tuition. They continue to do their thing, but they get a knock on the door, and this time, this isn't for play. It's DEA agent Blanca. She shows up and she arrests Effie. Now Kane, he's kind of distant from it. He says something at first until Blanca says, I could bring you in. And this is where Effie finds out that life is not a game. And I guarantee she's thinking back of all the stuff that she's done when she found out that Lauren was still alive, because there's a lot of valuable information that she could give up on every single person in this organization. And this is also why I'm saying her taking this offer from Tariq for another brick is just keeping her in a life that she shouldn't be in. We know that she's still sticking around to save money for Stanford, but at some point there was a chance to leave and it's a little bit too late. And now we have to decide, can we trust Effie moving forward? Is she going to hold it down? Or is she going to listen to Kane in the trailer episode 9 and flip on Tariq? All right, let me know what you think about Effie moving forward. Is there a chance for her to potentially get out of all of this? And do you believe that she's going to tell on Tariq, or is she going to hold it down and probably flip on Kane? Because right now she's keeping herself in these situations and it's very, very dangerous for her, but we want the best. It's just not looking good for her. Let me know what you think. I'm Monet. If you like this kind of content, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. Thanks for watching. I'm out.